Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Paranormal News. Today's article comes from UFOholic.com, and the headline is The Pentagon says it has found off-world vehicles that are not made on this Earth. It was published July 27th, 2020. For decades, disclosure has been one of, if not the most talked about topics in the UFO and alien community. Now it's happening right before our very eyes, and most of us seem to be oblivious to the magnitude of what is actually going on. In March, astrophysicist Eric W. Davis gave a classified briefing to the United States Defense Department on a discovery that, if disclosed in virtually any other time, would be front row center in the news cycle of every major newspaper, TV broadcast, and radio broadcast across the country, if not the world. Instead, it has been mostly cast aside as an afterthought in a time of the virus hysteria. The briefing focused on what Davis called off-world vehicles not made on this Earth. In other words, Davis, who spent years working as a consultant for the Pentagon UFO program and now works as a defense contractor, has officially spilled the beans. Spaceships, aka UFOs, are real, and it's something we have most likely known about for a very long time. UFO program no longer has to hide in the shadows. Davis's bombshell quote came in the latest UFO report from the New York Times, which has owned the beat for the past several years, according to a report from nymag.com. In December 2017, a paper reported on the existence of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, an effort by the Pentagon to investigate UFOs that was supposedly ended in 2012. Hailed as a historic inflection point in our attitudes regarding UFOs, it implied the same message as the most recent one, that is to say that UFOs are in fact real, and they are not from this Earth, as many skeptics have claimed. According to a new report from the Times, while the program was renamed and moved to a different part of the Pentagon, the effort remains active. It is now moving up to a whole new era of transparency, according to Luis Elizondo, the ex-director of its predecessor program. It no longer has to hide in the shadows, he says. Known as the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force, it is now obligated to make further reports public. Will Task Force ever present physical proof? While the announcement is still being digested by most people, the time is now to buckle up for round two. Further announcements and reports are expected to be released in the coming weeks, months, and years, as more and more findings are made public. The big question is whether or not physical evidence will be presented in the form of an actual craft, or perhaps even artifacts or instruments from other worlds, spaceships, and even alien beings themselves. Elizondo, who took over the lead position of the Defense Department's UFO program in 2010, is among a small group of former government officials and scientists with security clearances who, without presenting physical proof, say they are convinced that objects of undetermined origin have crashed on Earth, with materials retrieved for study. The program was started about a decade ago and budgeted at $22 million, according to the Times. It went by AATIP for Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program, and has also been referred to as the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. Its original purpose was to investigate flying foreign weapon threats, both ones being utilized and developed now, or ones that could be developed within the next 40 years. Within this process, there is a distinct chance that it may have stumbled upon the most significant UFO-related discovery in modern American history. Former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid has also weighed in, saying he believed crashes of objects of unknown origin have occurred, and that any materials that have been recovered should be studied. Davis, who has previously created a report urging the federal government to research time travel through wormholes, said he has studied the documents intensively. He came to a sobering conclusion. According to the report from NYMag, we couldn't make the alleged otherworldly alien spaceships ourselves. And that is the end of this article. So here you have several whistleblowers in the government, people that are involved in these programs, coming out and saying 100% they're real, we can't make anything like it on Earth, and they are extraterrestrial in origin. So that is pretty cut and dry, if you ask me. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. As always, it is up to you to make up your own minds, and I will catch you on the next one. Until I speak to you again, love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.